Are you interested in setting up your first cherry shrimp tank? Or maybe you're even interested in getting into breeding and you're wondering an ideal tank setup that you could use to start setting up your colonies? Let's look at 5 key things that we can do for our setup and start your journey, giving you the best chance of success in the long term. The minimum tank size I'd suggest for keeping Neocaridina is a 50 litre or 10 gallon aquarium. People can use smaller aquariums in this, however you can soon run into issues. If you add 10 shrimp to a tank and approximately half a female, that's 5 females, and then they're going to have 20 to 30 babies each. In 3 months you could possibly have 125 cherry shrimp living in that tank, and then they're going to breed, and then you're looking at potentially 1500 shrimp. Bigger is better. I tend to aim for about 160 litres, 40 gallons for my breeding tanks. Number 2, add substrate. Either a fine gravel or sand is ideal. For cherry shrimp it's important we keep our substrate inert. That means it doesn't affect the water in any way, it doesn't add anything to the water or remove anything from the water. For example, crushed coral sand or aqua soil will affect the water in different ways. However, I want to point out here that there's a new line of thinking lately where it might not be so much what's in the water column that's important, it might actually be what's in the shrimp's food that helps them molt. I like to keep my cherry shrimp on a substrate that contrasts with them. For example, I'll put black gravel in with red cherry shrimp, or sand in with blue, just so they stand out so you can see them better. Number 3, add plants. Plants are a great natural filtration for our shrimp tanks. They absorb all the nasties that are released into the water column, which are the things which make us require doing a water change. Java moss is the king of the shrimp tank. Last summer I set up some shrimp tanks, and what I noticed is over the first few months there wasn't many babies in the tank. What I noticed was as the Java moss started to grow, I noticed I could see more and more babies in the tank. Other plants I like to keep in my tank are stem plants. They grow fast and they absorb loads of nutrients as they're growing out the water. My favourite being Rotala rotundifolia, Ludwigia repens and Bacopa caroliniana. Floating plants are also a great addition to our shrimp tanks. What they do is they sit on the surface and they can absorb CO2 from the atmosphere, which makes them, they can grow faster than if they're submerged and they're limited by the amount of CO2 dissolved in the tank. I love Salvinia, Amazon frogbit and red root floaters, they're my favourite. Number 4, add botanicals such as leaves, alder cone and wood. Leaves, wood and things like alder cones give a natural area in the aquarium where biofilm can grow. These biofilms give a natural place for our cherry shrimp to graze and gives them a constant food source they can pick at. 5, add a filter, a sponge filter. I use sponge filters in all my tanks. They won't suck up baby shrimp like other forms of filtration will. They also add much needed oxygen to the water column. They also pull in bits of uneaten food which the shrimps love to sit and graze on for hours on end. There we go everyone, there's a look at the 5 key things we need to look at when we're setting up a shrimp tank. What do we feed our shrimp? Check out this video which will give you some idea for some superfoods which we can feed to our shrimp.